If there is one thing that is polarizing opinion in cricket, especially in India, it is these two individuals, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. We all know that there is a massive fight amongst the toxic fan bases. One particular fan base was happy that India had lost the Hyderabad Test match because it exposed the captaincy of Rohit Sharma, that he was waiting for things to happen and that he had allowed the game to slip away. Remember, this is one particular fan base in India cheering that the other side of the fan base lost. And in the whole process, Indian cricket also lost in the entire process. Remember, 231 they had to chase. There is a reason why teams don't chase in excess of 200 plus in India for the last decade. There is a reason for it. Now, everybody is pointing out to the fact that in Virat Kohli's tenure, India in his entire period lost only 2 tests at home. Rohit Sharma in just 1.5 years at home has already lost 2. One in Indore, the other now in Hyderabad. One has to also understand the fact that India in Virat Kohli's era, the pitches were much better. Here, management thinking has changed. It's now only sand pits. Although the Hyderabad wicket was an exception to the norm, it was a good deck. It aided spin, but it was a typical Indian wicket that you had expected pre-COVID. But now in this entire Virat versus Kohli debate, Michael Vaughan has added fuel to the fire, as the English would always want to do. Michael Vaughan has made a big statement about the captaincy of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, because he's gone on record in one of the shows to state they missed Virat Kohli's captaincy massively in Test cricket. Under Virat's captaincy that week, India wouldn't have lost the Hyderabad Test. Clear cut, he has stated that under Kohli's captaincy, if he had been there, India would not have lost the Test match, because Kohli would have been much more proactive, his intensity would have been higher, and he would have ensured he had kept attacking fields. He would have had an answer to every single thing. The pressure would have been maintained. Bowling changes would have been far more frequent. The field would have been more attacking. Yes, credit is due where it's due. Virat Kohli's captaincy saw massive aggression and massive proactivity as well. So far, that's why from 2015 onwards, when he became the captain, full time I'm saying, India just lost 2 tests at home. Already in 1.5 years, Rohit Sharma has lost 2 tests. The field changes that were there in Hyderabad, the bowling changes that were there, Rohit Sharma virtually did not have any answer to Ollie Pope. Because the way how England were playing the reverse paddle, the reverse scoops, the sweeps, 76% of them were all reverse sweeps and paddle sweeps. How do you set a field for that? Sweeps are essentially meant to throw a spinner's length off and the fielder's length also haywire. What do you do then? So that is why these are the same points that Michael Vaughan raised as a captain when it came to Rohit Sharma, because he stated on Rohit Sharma, the captain felt he just switched off completely. Rohit's captaincy was very average. He was so reactive, was not proactive with his bowling changes, didn't have any answer to Pope's sweeps, reverse sweeps. Indeed, no bowler had an answer to Pope's reverse sweep. It took a freakish kind of an innings, that once in a lifetime innings that any player plays in India. Steve Smith played that in 2017, Joe Root played that in 2021, and now here, Ollie Pope played one of the best innings that even Ben Stokes and Rohit Sharma credited to, that he played the best innings that a visiting batsman could play. And remember, Rohit in the last session of day 3, he did look off. His field settings were all over the place. But I would also like to argue for the fact that what do you do when a batsman keeps on playing reverse sweeps and sweeps, and that too you don't know when he's going to preempt it? A captain is caught in a catch-22 in that sense. Virat, at least in his era, did have Bazball. England played conservative cricket at best. Yes, they did have success at home, but overseas they were struggling. Right from Root's time, 17 onwards till 21, England were very poor overseas. Just ask Australia. Just ask India how bad they were. So that is why, correct, Rohit's captaincy in certain sessions was average and he was completely switched off. He had no clue how to stem Ollie Pope's run scoring. And yet again the problem, 2 innings that we saw, the inability to finish off the tail. That is a huge problem. In the first innings, 95 runs came about. In the second innings, another 100 runs came about it. So that is why India's inability to bowl the tail out also was a problem. But yes, on the Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma situation, what could anybody have done in that kind of a situation? Sure, Virat would have said attacking fields, correct. But that attacking field can also kind of backfire. I mean, look at the way how England was scoring. Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett were all scoring at over 6. And in 2022, you saw the first glimpse of Bazball. They managed to maintain the aggression on a consistent basis. And Pope, having the cushion of 89 runs in the first 15 overs, managed to play his attacking game. And in the first innings, he fell for 1. That's how cricket is fickle. Bazball will ensure that all trends are just pushed into the background. As a captain, the challenge is there. Even Australia faced the challenge. They just hung on by the skin of their teeth. Just about hung in there. India are learning it the hard way now, and that's why you have to understand that this current situation, any captain would have come, perhaps he would have had a 50-50 chance. Virat, yes, credit to him, no denying the fact. Proactive, aggression, he's right up there. Rohit, not so much so. He's from the MS Dhoni school of thought, waiting for things to happen. But in the Bazball era, that can have a negative impact. So that is why the Rohit versus Virat captaincy debate is really going to ensure, and there will be a lot of people who will add fuel to the fire. At the end of the day, if Indian cricket doesn't succeed, questions will be asked. Loyalties are anyway divided. Now is the real test in Vizag. If India don't bounce back in Vizag, there is serious trouble brewing for them in the remaining 3 tests then. Can you prepare a rank turner? Will you prepare a flat deck? It can backfire both ways for India. They just have to believe in their strengths. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.